We need to stand taller than ever against all those sick, dumb, uneducated black tar in their blood. Uneducated black tar in their blood. Uneducated black tar in their blood.
We talked about LeBron James last time, but we never talked about what the beef was over, which was actually over the way he treated your kids.
Yes.
Explain what happened.
What I don't even remember. It was 2011, NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm a huge NBA fan. I know all the players in the league. When I was there with my kids weren't even needy or wanting or kissy, or they don't want things signed. They'll just give you like £1. And I had met him a bunch of times beforehand, and I brought my kids over, and it was I don't know this guy. Just give my kids dap my kids up. And he looked at me and looked my kids off. And I was standing up like, and they were little.
You said he gave the Heisman.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was tons of people. It was, and I had met him a bunch of times, this place and that place. You know, I'm a fan, sir. You know, when he came in the league, so nice to meet you, sir. And I was like, man, like it was the only NBA player. And like I said, when my kids were young, they were not like, can I have your shoes? Can you sign my, they're just like, dap my kids, they were little.
Okay, well, to his defense, LeBron is a mega celebrity.
Nope.
Okay.
This was personal. Nope.
Okay.
This was personal. Nope.
Okay.
This was personal. To all my Jewish friends, my Jewish brothers and sisters, stand tall. Stand tall. Do not let this fear, this sadness, this anxiety, and this dread overwhelm you. Draw strength from your family, from your friends, from your ancestors, and the worldwide bond that we share that has always put the battery in your back. We're used to being looked at as different because that's what we are. We are different, and that's a good thing. I know that Jews are looked at as weak, but we're stronger than you can imagine. That's why you hurl propaganda. We control all the money. We control the media because it's plausible. It's plausible because we're just that good. Smart, compassionate, moral, and strong people. And we need to stand taller than ever against all those sick, dumb, uneducated black tar in their blood who hate Jews because they ain't. You hate us because you ain't us. It's always been hurled our way. Hate, prejudice has always been hurled our way. And a lot of times we deal with it with compassion or the understanding that it might be mental illness. As far as a basketball player, as far as what he's accomplished with his life, as far as what he's accomplished with his career, I don't think that he's better than Michael Jordan, but his career, the body of work, it's the greatest career in NBA, period. Not even close at this point. If you do the whole kit and caboodle, it's unbelievable.
I mean, Kobe had a hell of a career.
Nobody has a better career than LeBron James.
I mean, he's still going. Kobe retired at one point.
I'm not saying he's the best. I fucked with Jordan beforehand, but as far as the body of work and even the bubble championship and the Olympics and this past Olympics being the most tenacious, high energized part of that Olympic team, he's on some other. I will say, and I'll never say who, but a player in the NBA did once tell me, and the hair on the back of my head stood up when he said, he goes, he's the fakest player in the league. He's the fakest off of them in the league.
Meaning what?
Meaning LeBron James is the fakest off of them in the league.
What does that mean, though?
I mean,
that could mean anything.
When he said it, it felt like he needed to get it off his chest.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. And when he said it, it was almost like a therapy moment. Like, oh yeah, he's the fakest person.
What do you think
he says the fakest person? I think that he meant that he's the fakest person in the league.
It's a trip, but I ain't one to gossip, so if anyone asks you ain't heard it from me. No, you haven't. Oh, you got it. Look, there goes Miss Jenkins right there. That's good old Mrs. Jenkins, honey. I dare somebody say something bad about Miss Jenkins. Don't nobody better say nothing bad about Miss Jenkins because I'll go crazy. That's when I'll lose it. Miss Jenkins is a sterling example of a human being. Hey, Miss Jenkins. She is something else. Just don't let her take her shoes off in your apartment. Feet smell like a dill pickle. Yeah, there's some nice people in this neighborhood. There's some fine folks. You're gonna like it just fine. You just do me a favor. You stay away from nosy, gossiping hens, and you be okay.
Yo, if 20 American tourists, 20 American tourists, forget the 1,200 people that were murdered, slaughtered, civilians. If 20 American civilians, all African American, all black, all ages, were taken hostage, and 10 of them were murdered and raped, and there was 10 surviving American tourist hostages that were all black. There's not one film in this country that would be talking about ceasefire. There's not one person. It would be bring the hostages back, and they better be alive. They better be pristine. There wouldn't be no ceasefire. There would be no rally. Can you imagine college students ripping down posters of 10 black people from America if they were taken hostage and 10 others were raped and murdered? Nobody would be saying this. The African American community would be demanding they came back. White people, black people, Jewish people would be demanding they come back. There wouldn't be a discussion of a ceasefire. That's a fact. Nobody can tell me that is not a fact. Forget the 1,200 other people that were murdered. I'm talking about just 10.
Michael Rapaport went on another racist rant, insinuating that the world's approach to the Israeli-Hamas situation would be completely different had it been 10 Negroes who were being held hostage by Hamas. This racist actually had the gall to insinuate that Negro lives are supposedly more valuable than the Jews. Show me. When did the world push for a ceasefire after 100 plus million Negroes were kidnapped, raped, murdered, and enslaved by all the countries of the world, including his people? Show me. When did the world push for a ceasefire during the Black Holocaust? Show me. When did the world push for a ceasefire when Jews such as Isaac DaCosta, David Franks, Aaron Lopez, and other Jews dominated the transatlantic world war, now dumbed down to being labeled as a transatlantic slave trade? Show me. When did the world call for a ceasefire when King Leopold II massacred 15 to 20 million Congo people? Show me. When did the world demand for a ceasefire when the slave owners, which includes the Jewish ones, raped our women? Show me. When did the world demand for a ceasefire as our children were being used for alligator bait? Show me. When did the world demand a ceasefire when 36 of our communities were bombed and raided by the military and the local law enforcement? Who created and benefited from blackface? Who dominated the blackface minstrels? That's right, it was a Jewish man by the name of Al Jolson, who at the time was called the world's greatest entertainer. How much generational wealth was created off the backs of the Negro? Show me. When did the Negroes ever enslave anyone from your community? Show me. When were your people ever called property or animals? Show me. How many people from your community was lynched in comparison to the Negro? Yet you want to push a narrative that things would be completely different had it been 10 Negroes who were held hostage. Do you know that it was a transaction that consisted of 10 Negro slaves that the Moors exchanged to the Portuguese for Moorish prisoners of war that helped spearhead the transatlantic World War? Please. What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.